Miss Fine said, I meant the letter B. This one here, it doesn't sting. Then Miss Fine said, and next there is a C. Oh, I like the sea, Morris said. I love to swim. No, no, said Miss Fine. I meant the letter C. This one here. And next, Miss Fine said, there is a D, an E, F, G, H, I. Morris yelled, I have an I. I have two of them. Miss Fine said, I meant the letter I. Morris, please don't interrupt again. Well, Morris didn't. Morris couldn't. Morris wasn't there. He had to leave the room. Well, one door said boys. One door said girls. Morris couldn't read yet, and he opened the wrong door. A girl cried, stop! You can't come in here. This is for girls. The other one is for boys. Well, Morris told Miss Fine, there's no door for a moose. So Miss Fine put up the sign. When Morris came back, Miss Fine said, now we will spell. Cat is spelled C-A-T. Dog is spelled D-O-G. Morris looked sad. What is the matter, Morris? Asked Miss Fine. Morris said, you didn't spell moose. Can anyone spell moose? Asked Miss Fine. A boy said M-O-S-E. A girl said, no, it's M-O-O-C-E. You are both wrong, said Miss Fine. It is spelled M-O-O-S-E. Morris said, oh, am I hard to spell? Well, Miss Fine said, I think it's time for lunch. The children opened their lunch boxes. Some of them had cheese sandwiches, and some of them had cream cheese and jelly sandwiches, and some had hamburgers, and each of them had a piece of fruit. But Morris had nothing. He ate lunch anyway. After lunch, the children played. Some played ball and some played jump rope. Morris did both at the same time. Miss Fine said, children, now is time to rest. The children rested on their desks. Morris tried, but he was too big. Miss Fine let him use her desk. When rest time was over, Miss Fine said, wake up, wake up. It is time to finger paint. Morris said, I will have to hoof paint. Can you tell which painting he did? Can you find it? Yeah, right there. Miss Fine said, now we will study arithmetic. Who would like to count? Well, a boy counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. No, said Miss Fine. Who knows what comes after 8? Morris said, I know, bedtime. 9 is the answer, said Miss Fine. 9 comes after 8. Who knows what comes after 9? Well, a girl counted on her fingers, and let's help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, she said. 10 comes after 9. Miss Fine said, that's right. Well, Morris looked sad. What is the matter, Morris? Asked Miss Fine. Morris held up his hoofs. I can only count to 4, he said. Miss Fine said, you can count higher than that. I will show you. Well, she counted on Morris's hoofs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she counted on Morris's antlers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Morris said, I like to count. I will never wear a hat. Miss Fine said, now I think it's time to sing a song. What is a song? Morris asked. Well, Miss Fine said, I will show you. She sang, I've been working on the railroad. What is a railroad? Morris asked. Well, a railroad has tracks, said Miss Fine. They look like this. Oh, I know what tracks are. Morris said, firemen climb them. No, said Miss Fine. firemen climb ladders. Ladders go up like this. Well, Morris said, let's sing another song. I'm learning a lot. Miss Fine said, no, we just have time for a game. Let's play make-believe. Well, a girl said, I am a tree. A boy said, I am a monkey. Another boy said, I am a moose. Morris and the children laughed. Well, Morris went to the clothes closet. He said, I am a coat closet. The children laughed again, and Miss Fine laughed too. Then the school bell rang. Morris asked, is that the ice cream man? Miss Fine said, no, it's time to go home. Well, Morris gave the children their coats. The children and Morris said, goodbye, Miss Fine. Miss Fine said, I will see you all tomorrow. Well, Morris ran to the forest. He took money from his hiding place. He wanted candy. This time he went to the right store. He said, hello, I want some gumdrops, please. The man said, hello, they are 1 for a penny. How much money do you have? Well, Morris looked. He had 5 pennies. I have 5 pennies, he said. Give me 5 gumdrops, please. The man gave Morris the gumdrops. He said, you have learned arithmetic. What else have you learned in school? Well, Morris said, I've learned how to hoof paint. I learned how to spell moose. I learned how to be a clothes closet. And I learned all the numbers in the alphabet. The man said, you mean all the letters, don't you? Well, Morris wanted to say yes. Morris tried to say yes, but Morris couldn't. His mouth was still full of gumdrops. Well, many of the things we just read about, we're going to be doing especially this week in Romper Room, but every week, because Romper Room is your school. But we don't have a moose here, do we? No. But later this week, we are going to have an animal, a special animal from the Turtleback Zoo, and we hope you join us for that. But before that, we're going to have a big parade here in Romper Room, and I know some of my friends have been waiting for a parade and been waiting.
It's not the drum. I want the drum.
Let's give someone the tambourine.
I want the
oh, there's so many. Excuse me. Let's give Robert the drum right now.
And
we may not have enough instruments for everyone. Okay, here's one drum here, and here's a triangle. And let's see, here's a pan and a spoon. Would you please get an instrument out at your house so you can play with us? Here's a shaker for somebody and another shaker. And who wants some bells? And we have our rhythm sticks. And we've got another shaker. Here you go. And here are our sand blocks. And, one more drum. And we've got some more blocks. And now we've got some sandpaper. Can you use the sandpaper? Well, we've got so many instruments, but I don't think we have quite enough. But who doesn't have an instrument? Could you put both hands up in the air and then get ready to clap? Because your hands are going to be your instrument. But first we need a leader. Who's going to be our leader? Let's see. What is your name? Sabrina. Let's let Sabrina be our leader. Would you stand right here? Would everybody line up behind Sabrina? And would you please get ready to march to our music and play your instruments, clap your hands. Sabrina, are your hands ready? Let's say Mr. Music, please. Come on, everybody. Join our band. Clap your hands. Can you clap your hands and join our band and march? Come on, everybody. Clap your hands if you don't have an instrument. Can you lead everybody down there? Sabrina? Good. Sabrina? would you please put your instruments away? Before you do that, would you look down at your feet? How many of you are wearing shoes? How many of you are wearing shoes that tie? Do you know how to tie your own shoes? Well, we're going to show you an easy way to tie your shoes next here in Romper.
Romper will be back after these messages.
I'd like to show you a letter of the alphabet. It doesn't begin the word moose, but if your name is William or Wendy, it begins your name. It also begins the name of a day of the week. Which day is that? W for Wednesday. Well, could you please... Right, that's right.
And that's my name.
W for your last name. Well, now, could you please see if you can find the W? Do you think it's here, or here, or here, or there? Let's see if you were right. All right, excuse me, would all of you please stay seated so the boys and girls at home can see? We've got so many boys and girls here today. I think if you all stand up, people won't be able to see. Did you point to this one?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, let's try one other letter this morning. This is a V for Valentine or Victoria. Well, where is the V? Here, or there, or there? Right there, exactly right. Well, we're going to leave our letters here and play one last game with all of you. Would you please stay right where you are, down in your box. Pretend there's a big box around you. And stay there until I say, Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, out of the box. Oh, did I catch you? What was the last thing I said? Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. Jack, out of the box. Jack, in the box. There's Jack, out of the box. And now, would you please sit down inside of your box? Stay right there. And I'd like to remind you that starting next Monday, September 14th, we'll be looking for you an hour earlier in your school, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be back in just a minute to talk to you and your parents about some very special things happening this week in our school.
Romper will be back after these messages.
Tomorrow morning in your school, we're going to have a lesson about telling time. And on Wednesday, we're going to find out more about first aid, a special first aid that you can apply when something happens. On Thursday, we'll learn to print our names and to recognize our names, to read them when we see them. And on Friday, we're going to be celebrating Grandparents' Day. A little early in Romper, you'll find out about it. And of course, we hope that today you'll get your postcards in for our special t-shirt contest and that you'll remember that your school starts 1 hour earlier, starting next Monday, September 14th at 9 a.m. But right now, I'd like to see if I can find you where you are. Romper, bumper, stomper, boo. Tell me, you. Magic mirror, tell me today. Did all my friends have fun at play? Well, I see Janine and Stacy and Dina. I see George and Janet and John. I see Sabrina and Samantha and Katie. I see Tina, Kelly, Stacy, and Christopher. And of course I see you. And I hope that you have a very happy Labor Day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning right here in the Romper Room School at 10 o'clock. Have a good day. Romper Room friends, remember that starting Monday, September 14th, Romper Room will start 1 hour earlier at 9 a.m. here on Channel 9. Be sure to be on time.
The Romper Room featuring Marianne Pedersen is a Burt Classic production directed by John Wolfe. The preceding program was pre-recorded. Cary Grant stars in Mr. Lucky today at 1. Now stay tuned for an inside look at the 1980 political campaign next on Straight Talk.